Well, we got the green light, so I think we're ready to go. I will call the meeting to order. Uh, Record and roll, everybody signed the end sheet, no guests. Uh, Next, we need a motion to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second to approve the agenda. All in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. The agenda has passed. The public comments, no one from the public. Now we need to approve last month's minutes. Everybody should have a copy on the second page.
I make a motion to accept it.
Second.
Got a motion by Jeff to accept it, second by Harless. Any corrections or additions? Not seeing any. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Well, the minutes have passed. We'll let Miss Carolyn catch up and I can find where we're at here. What you sounded, Miss Carolyn? Keep us caught up.
Thank you.
How come you got 24,000?
It's the only one, ain't
I think so.
How much it cost?
Looks like we're,
it? It is.
yeah.
Oh, that's how many gallons.
See that one, yeah, we'll give that back to him in a minute.
Okay.
All right, no unfinished business. Now we'll move on to new business, and I guess I'll let you get started, Benton.
All right. We've started our mowing back in, I guess, right after the last meeting we started. And we've got, all of them have made half a round by now, haven't they, Joe?
We got one that's almost done.
You know,
Wow.
the grass was kind of short on the start, but it's growing pretty fast. So when they're getting around to the end, it's only up there about a foot or taller in places, and when they start their new route, they'll have some grass to mow then too.
How's your new crew doing?
They're doing pretty good. We got two new guys, but each one of them's on a different team. So,
Okay, so
we've got Don and I call him Fuzzy, but that ain't really his name. I can't think. Kenneth, yeah, Kenneth, and they used to mow together a couple of years ago.
Okay, yeah.
So they're getting along really good, and we got another new guy, Steve Bear, and he's learning. He's getting better. Him and Bubba are together. Jerry Cargill. And the only one that's still the same as last year would be, who is that, Joe?
It's over in the mower.
Duffy and Dooley.
Yeah.
Duffy is driving the new tractor we bought a couple of years ago. We've been having trouble with the head on. Well, we finally got a new head from the factory that looks really good. Better than any head we've got that I can see. And he's getting along really well with that mower now. So hopefully we can do some, if it'll quit raining a little bit, it's making the grass grow. But it's also making corn and beans grow, so we can't complain too much about that. But it is, things are looking good on the mower this year. And we've also started paving. So just in the last couple of weeks, we've done about a little over 3.5 miles. And they like about 2 miles tar and chipping what they've got done, which won't take but a half a day. And we started on the long road. I want them to got started kind of late, and it's been raining, and the rain is, we just can't pave in the rain because just when we go to tar and chipping, it gets too much oil in the water, or too much water in the oil, and it just doesn't stay.
Yeah.
But I was wanting to run out of our line item for oil, and it looks like we're well on the way of doing that. Our next fiscal year starts July 1st, and so we'll have a new set of monies for the oil and stuff. But I wanted to make sure we ran out of oil money on that line item to get all that we could get done with the money we had. And that looks like that's going to happen if it'll just ease up raining just a little.
July the 1st.
Is our beginning of our next fiscal year. So we'll start off with a clean slate.
Fountain Grove,
Yeah, Fountain Grove's the road we've been working on.
and they just,
And a few spurs off it, like Barbara Spears. And,
Spears.
You gonna do all of Fountain Grove? That's
yeah, that's about 8
8 or
miles.
9 miles, ain't it? It's,
Yeah, yeah. And we should have enough to do it.
I'll take you. Because if you do add a few rows off of it, that'll take, that's a long.
We're mixing probably about a couple of loads of oil a week right now. This week, and that, that adds up quick. I think a tanker load of oil somewhere around 16 or 17,000, and I think we've already bought 5 or 6 loads, counting the CRS2. We bought 2 loads of that, about 3 or 4 loads of the AE3, and
Yeah, 24,000 gallon of AE3.
What was that?
Just a bunch of oil. Yeah.
Bunch of oil
Uh,
we ordered.
it's 2 different kinds of asphalt oil. It's AE3 and CRS2. The CRS2 goes to chipping, and the AE3 goes to the coal mix that we make at the quarry. Everything's going good. We could use just a little less rain, but I don't want to mess up farmers. If they need it, they can have it.
When they get stuff in the ground, then it can go to raining.
Yeah. I've
That's what I
seen
say.
a lot of
I hate
stuff.
I hate to be picky, but if I had about 2 weeks of
It's
good
coming.
sunshine weather, and then they could go back to doing it right here all summer long.
Yeah,
But I know I need about 2 more weeks to get it all in the ground.
yeah.
Sit in the bag, don't.
No, it doesn't grow good, does it?
No.
All right. Joe's got, he's probably got a little bit. He's been doing a lot of ditching and putting a lot of tiles in.
Cleaning out a lot of tiles. We've had a bunch of trees go down. We've worked a bunch of overtime.
We still got some of that to clean up too, haven't we, Joe?
Yeah.
Big old trees on the Fredonia Road, and all that affects our, it's hard to plan anything really, 'cause you can't tell people when you're gonna do something, and a little storm come back and mess that up for about a week or 2.
Yep.
Or as high as a month, really.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture on Fredonia. It was a pretty good sized tree, I think.
Oh, it's huge.
Picture I saw I saw it on Facebook, but I can't remember who posted it. But I saw.
Wow, they're-
We had a 24-inch bar on our chainsaw, and it wouldn't reach through it, so we went and got a 32-inch to put on one of our
Yeah.
big saws.
Yeah, the picture I saw was pretty good size.
And we'll have to close it for a little while in order to cut that biggest part up, because there won't be no way at all it'd be safe for anybody when we drag that piece out in the road.
We ain't got anything to pick up a chunk that big either.
No.
Even our great all hadn't got a thumb on it, and I don't know if that biggest mini X it'll probably end up using it some on it.
And use them forks on that skid steer.
Exactly, where is that tree?
It's just right
Right past Ballard.
Ballard Road on the Fredonia Road.
Okay.
Can't miss it.
No.
That's
You
all I
do, you
got.
don't need to be driving.
That's about all I got, Jamie.
Got anything to add, JoJo? Or
Just, we're trying to keep, a lot of people's complaining about grass in the roads from mowers. I mean, we're trying to keep them boys from blowing that grass out in the road, but sometimes
It's going out.
it's gonna happen.
yeah, I don't know what.
And we'd spend too much money and too much time sending blowers out with every crew. But we're trying to keep that under control.
Well, to me, it's so much better than the pull bush hogs, you know,
Yeah,
cause the way with the side mounted, you know,
It usually gets blown off pretty quick, but when it's raining a little bit, it's
It
kind of
sticks,
sticks a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
it does.
yeah, but like you said, I don't know what you do though. I mean, I don't know.
You know what, in July and August, September, when that Johnson grass gets so tall, I
Yeah.
mean, some of it blows
Yeah.
out in the road.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, to keep it, if you wanted to be, you have to hire somebody else and have sweepers following every one of them.
Hang a big blower on the back of the tractors. So
Yeah.
whenever it goes down, it blows it right out.
Yeah,
But we still have the bat wing. I've been running it for a couple of days.
Yeah.
We're using it out at the industrial park and, Lindell Bell, you know, where it's real wide,
yeah,
and Miller's Crossroads.
yeah. Well, see, Franklin County, they run a bat wing and then but again,
Was that a 12 or 15?
10.
10?
It's a 15 without one wing on it.
Yeah.
It's only got the wing that's over in the ditch. It doesn't have
Okay,
the
so it's that one
left hand wing on it.
thing is, those work good. If you can get over, they work great. But I know like Franklin County, they run them and man, if they get to where they have to hang out in the road, if it's a short ditch, I mean, I've seen them cover, you know, half of their lane just be thick. You
And
know,
there's just no way to fix that.
no. But again, where they got where the ditches are at, where you can get over, I mean,
It does a pretty job.
you're taking 10 foot and you can, but the ditch ain't where you can get over. It's just, yeah.
Now, the machine, tell me again, that you've been using.
It's just, the bat wing mower, BATWING.
Doesn't really even look like a bat, does it?
No, well, for the longest time, I called it a back wing. I thought it was a back wing.
Or side wing.
Yeah.
That's what it'd be now,
Mhm.
with one of its wings clipped off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fly around circles.
The way one-legged people swim is in circles.
Is that true?
Yeah. Ducks too.
You got anything, Arliss, or anything else, JoJo, or you?
Noticed a couple, you done,
Yeah, I'm done.
noticed just a couple of things. I was going down Espy Road and can't tell exactly where the county line is, but I noticed several potholes, but some of the worst ones may have been over in Cannon County, but there's a few.
It's
over
right
there.
whenever you pass Cape Parker, right in that.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
There's some on both sides. There's a lot worse once you get in Cannon, but sometime if the crew's out that way, just get them to.
There's been a lot of traffic on Floyd and Espy,
Yeah.
building houses out in there. And
Yeah.
it's,
Floyd's bad too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
right there
try to
before you
get
get
it.
to the bridge.
Try to get it before it gets any worse.
that construction works hard on them roads.
Yeah. And, then the other thing I just happened to notice is crossing the bridge there at Lumley Stand, a day or two ago. Over the river and, there's a big old, tree snag under the bridge.
I've seen it.
So I guess as we get time, it shouldn't have too many more floods this spring, but maybe anytime we get a little downtime over the summer, have that for a project before next winter hits. And that's about all I've noticed.
I don't know, I hate to say anything about it. But since we brought it up, we got plans to fix Ogle Cemetery.
Okay.
We found us some box culverts. They're reasonably priced, if you
Yeah.
can say that. But maybe we can fix that road where it won't wash off every time it rains. It's really bad. Right now it's got 6 rows of 36-inch tiles in it. And every time it rains, it stops up with sticks and leaves, and sometimes it'll wash the top off the road. But anyway, it's gonna be a while. We gotta get a crane lined up to set them with, and
Is that gonna be some box culverts of some sort, or?
yeah, And we'll have to figure out something to do with the residents back there because there's no way out except over that bridge.
They, is that, let's see, the bridge, or what passes for a bridge, it's before you get to that road off to the left, ain't it? The little-
Right past it. The bridge is right here and then that road's right past it.
Okay, so
That's
there
up
really
in
ain't,
there For that guy that runs,
there really ain't nothing but
Place,
Mr. West's house back there.
well,
There's
there's a guy.
about 5 or 6
Oh,
families
on
live
that-
over
on
to
that
the
other road.
left.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause you
yeah.
go across the
Yeah,
bridge and
and
then
then
that road turns to the left and there's
Yeah.
several up in there.
Yeah, I don't know if we could talk to, this might be a bad thing to start, I don't know if I'd be willing to do it on my place or not, but, you know, you can go out across Mr. Curley there, you know, and come out over onto Duncan Road. But they really closed it off, you know, a few years ago, and I don't know how sad a shape it's in back in there. You'd sort of have to, Mr. Clyde Curley there,
It'll probably take about 3 days.
yeah, I don't know if we could catch a dry enough time, if they would be willing to let people go in and out that way or not. That'd just be a question we'd have to ask.
Yeah, there wouldn't even be no way to park
Yeah, man.
on this side and go across foot traffic either, would it?
Can you put a load of riprap or something in the bottom of it and drive across the water for a day or two?
Well, you have to do it on one side or the other.
Yeah, that's what I say, you'd have
It'd
to
be
do
on
it.
the left, wouldn't it? 'Cause that right, they ain't going in. On the right, you ain't got no,
It's all woods.
yeah, and looks, the one I can remember, that's your deepest part over on that left, take that. Knock them
So
trees
going in,
out.
going in on the right side,
Go in on the left.
going in on the left.
Yeah, if you're going in on the left would be where you're gonna put it,
I'll
'cause on the
I'll
right,
try to drive
it's
out through there next day or two and look
What
at
is
it
the
again.
name of that cemetery?
Ogle Cemetery.
Ogles, O-G-L-E-S.
Ogles.
We can do it.
And the
Yeah,
bridge
that-
is closed
That's a pretty
there.
tough deal when you gotta close it down and you ain't got a way to.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's just,
I don't know what you,
Yeah,
We'll have to build some kind of temporary around it.
oh yeah.
They're already taking their kids out to the road, cause the school bus won't go back there.
I know, we, the guy back there had a few acres that wanted farmed, and you can't even get farm equipment back there.
Yeah.
They asked us and 2 or 3 more about farming it, and
Well, I'll ask
Kyle
somebody.
went and looked at it, he said, I can't get my equipment back there.
I'll ask again. Somebody knows more about it than I do, but I think we got 100 feet on each side of a bridge we can work in. We might be able to run a.
There's your creek,
Yeah.
and then here's that road that goes back, and this is the
Yeah.
cemetery up
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
They'd have to cut that
Yeah.
through there in order to get in there, 'cause this over here is like, I
Yeah.
wanna say it's probably what, 8 foot from the bank down?
Pretty deep.
To what I can remember. It's been a while since I've been out there.
We might could take some of those tiles that we pull out and just set them right beside what we got and put one lane across it, maybe. Maybe.
And see where I was talking about.
Then we
was
could dig all that
where
out when
this
we got
goes
through.
out through there.
Mhm. Comes out
It
on Duncan.
originally come out on Duncan, and it's been sort of closed off over the years.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I can remember a house back here by the cemetery.
Still is.
There still is, Mr.
What's,
West.
what's down through here, I know of 1 or 2, 'cause that's where that guy that cleans, does glass, cleans glass, lives down there. Clear Glass, I think's the name of his company, or Clear or something.
Last time I looked, I believe I remember 5 different houses back in there. I don't know if somebody lives in each one, but I think there's about 5 addresses down in there.
Yeah, and a couple of them are, you sort of gotta drive,
You can't see them from.
yeah, you can't see them. They're back in there, or down a little goat pass almost, off of that little road.
Yeah, it'll be a fun little project, but I believe it. It seems like that side over you wouldn't even need a tile, just throw that rock down, 'cause I don't seem like it's that high that you can put a tile in. Maybe.
See, water's actually running, that's the creek that's going there And that comes out at, that's the creek comes out at, right there at the bridge at Lumley Stand, so.
So it runs all the time through there?
No, it dries up in the summer. That does dry up there. When you cross that there on Duncan,
We're gonna try our best to time it when it's dry.
yeah, when you cross it there on Duncan in July and August, it'll be totally dry.
We can pump if we need to.
Watch out for them little darter fish.
Yeah, don't wanna mess them up.
Shoot them off the stream.
We pumped for a week down there in Blanton Chapel. Not Blanton Chapel, Ralph Broderick,
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
after Benton got that bottom just right, we couldn't have no water flow through there.
Y'all fixed it good.
It is, it's a beautiful
Y'all
bridge.
really
I'll,
did a good
I'll
job
try to look at that and
on
see,
Broderick, Tullahoma.
talk to him more about stuff about it. There too.
That's it.
That's
You got
all I
anything,
got.
Arliss?
No, that's all I got.
Got anything, Jeff?
No.
Got anything, Miss Carolyn?
Well, I think of things all the time when I'm riding around. So I'm out there, and, everything's looking better. One day I went out 16th model. There's somebody I know that's on this panel I saw out. I mean, he was working hard in the ditches. And I thought, no, I gotta stop, I gotta help him, I need to be his assistant, you know. But
Who was that, Ben?
that was you. Ben,
Oh.
I'm sure he was on his way, but anyway, he's out there too, I see him in his car. But, I thank you all very much, I think together we make a difference, each one.
I agree.
Thank you.
Gotta work as a team.
That's how you get stuff done.
That's it.
I don't have anything. How's the sign slowing down or staying steady or?
They're about to get, oh, you tell the difference when you ride out through there. You see the names on
I've
the
had,
roads
I've had
and
some
all that.
people, mention just in conversation that,
I don't hear
Bob?
of as many getting stolen, do you, Joe?
that's probably a never ending job.
We got some new bolts and nuts that might be helping a little. Tamper-proof bolts and tamper-proof, the ones that snap off when you get them so tight, so they don't have anything to grab onto on either side. And we've been tattooing them for a long time, so I
Tattoo.
think that helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause nobody wants Coffee County Highway Department on their stop sign hanging in
No.
their bedroom.
Or, well, one example, we put a bunch down through 127 on toward the mountain, and a lot of them got gone not long after we put them up, and waited about a month, stuck them all back up, and I don't think there's been but one got gone.
Well, remember they busted somebody with a car full of them out there?
Yeah, well, yeah, they caught this 20-year-old girl with a stop sign.
Yeah.
I don't know what all else she had, but she had a stop sign.
Sure did.
So Matthew, he's helping us, with a patrolman looking out for him a little bit. So, that don't seem to me to be. I ain't heard of as near as many getting stolen lately, and we appreciate that too, 'cause you don't realize how much better that makes it to when you're out in the county, know which road you're on.
Well, see, a lot of your scrap yards won't buy them.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And, but there was a couple that would, but I think.
There's a few folks selling them in the flea markets and yard sales too, and
And,
people buy them. People need to quit buying them too.
Something if we still seeing them get the bolts took out, 'cause it's still a hex on the one side, what we might could do, I didn't think of it here a while back, they make a tamper-proof Torx that you can use on the bolt, and then put that tamper nut on there.
Oh, you're a boat man, but we got these things that got these slick tops on them, and they got
Yeah.
cutouts on the back that kind of bites into the metal as you tighten it up. So, but there's, after you break that nut off on the other side, it's just hard to grab a hold of.
Mhm.
But, yeah, I don't know. They'll figure out a way to
Yeah,
get them
yeah,
to if they want to.
Like I always say, if they want if they want it, they're gonna get it. Like if somebody wants to break in your house, they gonna figure out how to get in your house. If they wanna steal a sign, they gonna figure out a way to steal a sign.
Nothing else, they
Yep.
pull it up, post
Pull it
it
up,
off.
knock it out, knock the whole
Like they
thing.
tried to do the blinking light there on SB Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulled
There's
it
like
plumb-
your batteries, wasn't it?
pulled it plumb out of the ground.
Yeah.
People
Anything
don't
else?
realize they'll do all that damage and they probably wouldn't get $5 for the battery, but they'll tear up a $5,000 or $6,000 piece of equipment to
Yeah.
get that $5.
Yeah,
Be easier to go to work, wouldn't it, Jim?
No doubt.
yeah.
I see help wanted signs everywhere.
Anything else? I think the next meeting will be the 4th of June.
June 4th, yeah.
That's what I've got. 3 o'clock here at the Administrative Plaza. Nothing else, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn, all in favor say aye. Well, we're adjourned till June.